The TI-83 and TI-84 Plus can also graph functions. They can graph lines or quadratic equations or trigonomic functions very easily. And this is done by hitting the y equals key. Let's begin with a linear equation. Let's say we wanted to see a graph of 2x plus 3. We type in 2, and then we hit the key that has the x, comma t, comma theta, comma n on it. One press of that will give us an x, and then plus 3. And then we hit the graph button. And there's our line of 2x plus 3. Now, we can adjust the window so that we can see different parts of the graph. So I'm going to hit the window button, and let's say I wanted to see just the positive part of the y-axis. So I would change my y minimum from -10 to, say, for instance, -1. And let's take a look at our graph now. So I'm going to hit the graph key. Now that's the upper part of the graph. We can enter more than one equation at a time. Let's look at x squared. And here is x squared and 2x plus 3 at the same time. Now let's say that I wanted to keep around the first equation, but I didn't want to graph it. I just wanted to look at x squared. I can hit the left arrow button so that it's blinking on the equals symbol, and then hit enter. And now you'll see that the equals sign doesn't have a black box surrounded by it. So this indicates that it's not active. So I'll hit the graph key, and there's just y2. One of the useful things of the graphing calculator is for us to take a look at what happens when we change a graph slightly. Let's say we wanted to compare x squared with 2x squared versus half x squared. Well, let's hit the graph key and take a look at how they compare. There's x squared, the next one that it drew is 2x squared, and the third one that it drew is half x squared. So we can see that as the number in front of x gets smaller, the graph gets wider. How about, let's compare x squared with 1/8 x squared. It'll probably be really wide. So here's x squared, the first one, and our really wide 1/8 x squared.